It's Tadej Pogacar time again, on site here in the Côte d'Azur in Nice, the finish of the 8th stage of the 8-day stage race, Paris-Nice. And yes, it's Tadej Pogacar who won the stage in the yellow jersey, adding to his overall lead and, of course, taking home the overall classification. Jonas Vingegaard finished second on the stage, and in third in the stage, David Gaudu. Let's wind it back, 118 kilometers today. There was an early escape. Jonas Gregor, the Dane, in that polka dot jersey, got enough mountain points to seal that King of the Mountains jersey to take it home at the end of the stage race. But then all that escape, all those guys were brought back. And then Wout Poels, the Dutchman, goes up the road. He's away solo on that 4th of 5 climbs today. Here around the Côte d'Azur, a beautiful place for riding your bike and a great place for bike racing. Wout Poels went over the Col du Paillet, but really the focus was back there on the yellow jersey of Tadej Pogacar. It was all about Tadej today, and he put on the show to show why he is a 2-time Tour de France champion and perhaps the greatest cyclist currently racing his bike. The Team UAE Emirates were bringing things back for that intermediate sprint there in as that beautiful little mountaintop village overlooking Monaco, overlooking Nice. They didn't pick up Wout Poels, but they did pick up second place. Groupama FDJ let it out to try to get David Gaudu there, the second place bonus sprints, but it couldn't happen. It was Tadej Pogacar getting second place. Wout Poels was up the road for first, and David Gaudu had to settle for third place in those bonus sprint seconds. Down into the valley towards Nice, Wout Poels was brought back around about 25 kilometers to go. He was away solo for 25 kilometers. And then we faced that Col d'Huez, the famous climb that usually ends the Paris-Nice stage race. And that's a climb of 6 kilometers. Midway up, there's a gradient of 16%, a perfect piece of canvas for Tadej Pogacar to put on his show. The group of favorites were eyeing the climb, and around 19 kilometers to go. Last year's stage winner, riding for Jayco Alula, Simon Yates tries his move. He darts free. Tadej Pogacar brought him back, and then bam, at 18.8 kilometers to go, Tadej Pogacar goes free, and there was nothing to be done. He immediately had a gap behind David Gaudu, tried to close it, he couldn't do it. We saw the white jersey of Matteo Jorgensen. Wow, what a ride by Matteo today, riding on roads that he knows so well, because here in Nice, it's the home base for many riders, including Jorgensen and also Nielsen Paulus from EF Education Easy Post. Matteo Jorgensen was riding so well. He brought back David Gaudu, and then in that move, it included Gaudu, it included Yates, of course Jorgensen, and also Vingegaard. Those riders were trying to limit the damage Tadej Pogacar was causing up front. Tadej Pogacar went over the top of the Col d'Huez with around about 15 kilometers to race, and at one point he had around 1 minute on those guys chasing behind, and they couldn't pull Tadej back in. Tadej was riding here along the coast in the yellow jersey, and it looked so cool, celebrating what was going to be his 3rd stage win in this bike race. Behind that group of 4 riders, were holding off a group behind with Gino Madar, who had his teammate up there, Jack Haig, working to close the gap and help save Gino's place in the overall classification. Also, Nielsen Paulus was there as well, worried about his place in the classification, with Yates up the road, with Matteo Jorgensen up the road. At the end of the day, the top 10 GC all stayed the same, and nothing could be done in the time splits. It's just the gaps were kind of spread out a little bit, but the day was all about Tadej Pogacar, his 3rd stage win. Let's remember, he won 2 summit finish stage wins, including yesterday's summit finish, and here on the promenade in Nice, he put on a show that everyone's going to remember for a long time. His first time ever to line up in this Paris-Nice stage race. Last year was won by Slovenian, but it wasn't Pogacar, it was Primož Roglič. Tadej topped the final classification with David Gaudu, the Frenchman, in 2nd, and Jonas Vingegaard, the Dane, in 3rd. Nielsen Paulus, the American, in 6th place, and another U.S. rider, Matteo Jorgensen, in 8th place. Tadej Pogacar adds his name to a list of greats that have won here before in Paris-Nice. I'm talking about Jacques Anquetil. Eddie Merckx. Sean Kelly won the race 7 times, Alberto Contador, and more recently, Bradley Wiggins and Egan Bernal. Those last 2 riders went on to win the Tour de France in the same year that they won here in Nice, and that's what Tadej hopes to do later on this July. This adds to his wins twice in the Tour de France, Liège-Bastogne-Liège, Lombardia, and so many other wins we've lost count. Another chapter in the book of Tadej Pogacar, Paris-Nice.